All right, so for the last example that I'm going to give you here is going to be how you would facilitate an online discussion where multiple students participate in the discussion or participate in creation of something that allows them to see what other people are doing as well. So it goes back to our original goal. How do online environments enhance the learning opportunity? Now this one's a pretty basic one, but I'm going to show you here. Again, I'm just in an example course, and what I did was I created a tab display. So you'd go down here, and then you would find tab display is down towards the bottom. In a tab display, what happens is content pulls up, and content, you can have as many tabs up here as you want. Now this, again, doesn't have to be linear. So they could go start with a Twitter feed, and then they could go travel proposal. You might have 10 or 12 tabs. Like I said, this one's a pretty basic one. So this is one where all I did was I made a Twitter widget, and you can, if you just go into Twitter, you can figure out how to make widgets just by typing in Twitter, creating a Twitter feed. It's pretty easy to do. You just go in here in your settings, and then you would click widgets, and here you get to create. So let's say I want to search, so I can type in what I want to search, and it'll create a widget here. Anyway, I created a Twitter widget of the @travel account. So now, as they scroll through this, you can see that this @travel account has pictures from various places. Now, you can get it so that it doesn't keep showing this one over and over again. But as they keep going down, you'll see, so we might have to load more. Apparently a lot of people tweeted that one picture. But you can see how there's other pictures of stuff. You could have a Twitter account of Bill Nye. You could have a Twitter account of, trying to think of, Dave Matthews if you're going to do something with music. And then this gives the students something to look at. Now, as you probably have to facilitate this a little bit in class, or maybe be more descriptive on this. This is just something I set up quick. In my discussion, so now I want kids to determine, they would submit an entry for where they would like to travel. So not only did I give them some ideas based on this Twitter feed, and you could have a couple Twitter feeds here, or you could embed a web page here as well, and you get to choose. They can then go here to discussion. Okay, so if I want them to submit an entry, they click here. Now, the reason that this goes to a database, if you remember on this page here, I had a travel database that I created. Now, kids can't see this, but when they go through this way, now they have access to it. So they don't have access unless they come in through the tab display. And I set up some fields that they had to answer. So here's just some basic fields. Continent. Okay, so now when we go to add an entry, they're going to be asked, what continent is this on? They're going to be asked to upload a picture, and they're going to be asked to give us a description. This allows other students to also see this database. So now if I go in here and I add an entry, I'm going to say traveling to Europe, you're going to have to go grab a picture. I'm not going to grab one. But then I might say this is, maybe this is Paris at night. Fireworks. This will allow me to submit an entry into the database. Now, as a student, I can go into the database and I can see other entries. But I have a setting clicked so that you can't see other entries until you yourself have submitted an entry. This allows work to exist that is a culmination of all of the students' work. You can also have one of the assignments or completion status be set so that you don't get credit for this until you've commented on somebody else's submission. So now you can see what other people are doing as well. And you might not want to do it with travel. You might want to do it with interpretation of a painting. You could also set up a form to do that. But the purpose of me showing you this is so that you can see there's value in creating these online environments that we really can't get without them. It would not really be possible to get an interactive place where students can go and seek out what other students have done, um, for your class. So it's creating an environment that enhances what has been being done in the classroom. So there's nothing in here yet, but eventually you could search. You as a teacher could export, um, and I mean you can change the fields or add fields as well. So this is another example of how you can create a interactive and um, an environment where it's not possible to create that environment really within the walls of a room.